Hey everybody, it's Greg the Ghoul here at the warehouse, and we're pricing stuff up like crazy. So check us out on June 4th when the doors open here at the warehouse for a huge sale, and just getting through some magazines that we'll be putting out for the first time here at the shop, and I wanted to show off this a variety of stuff that we have coming out. So stay tuned to see some of the magazines that will be debuting at the warehouse location. Name to be revealed very soon. First up here, freshly bagged and boarded, is our collection of Fighting Stars magazine. A lot of these are from 1970s era. Um, Magazine came out early 70s, and I know that it was an entry point for a lot of young Bruce Lee fans. A lot of the earlier issues covered Bruce Lee, many issues, as you can see, Bruce Lee on the cover. So a lot of kung fu coverage here. This was an American release magazine. I think one of the earlier ones that we have, this is 1974. We have William Shatner profiled for his kung fu action in Star Trek. David Carradine, all these 1974 issues. Condition on them is pretty good for the age that we have on these. One or two might have a loose cover, loose, not detached, but just a little loose, and we did note that on the back. But yeah, all these will be available when the doors open. For any kung fu fan of the 70s, this is a must-have magazines. Next up here is G-Fan, a Godzilla magazine. It is the Godzilla magazine. If you have any interest in Godzilla movies, or even kaiju films in general, this is the magazine you want to be reading. Started in the mid-90s, and a lot of these are from that era. Love the artwork on the front. Mysterians. Not a Godzilla movie, so covering all sorts of like weird kaiju stuff. Mothra 2, that fun cover there. Yeah, so all of these are like mid 90s era G-Fan. Got some doubles of them too, which is great. Etrigan. Love this cover. So Godzilla fans all the way from the series, from that terrible movie that came out, to all sorts. And the artwork on the cover is like, it's eye-catching. It's just great. A lot of these have wraparound covers too. I think this might be one of the earliest, issue 10, 94. But yeah, a lot of these are wraparound covers, so there's even like more art to see. To give you an example, so again, these have not been to a show. They haven't been out of storage. I've just kind of had them sitting here. They're going to be priced up, and they'll be ready to go at the warehouse June 4th. Okay, here we have something pretty special. These are the Bruce Lee profiles magazines. Some of them are square bound, as you can see right here. Chocked full with tons of photos, black and white and color photos, profiling the man Bruce Lee. A lot of these say they do come with autographs. Unfortunately, those have not been included with most of these magazines. I think we might have one or two that still has them. It's a reproduction, a facsimile of an original autograph with on a photo. I think one or two still has them, but most of these do not have that autograph. It was a loose photo. So over the years, again, these are from probably the 80s. So over the years, they've lost those. I think these are early 80s, 1980. Amazing stuff here. Really fantastic information. Again, all square-bound sort of magazines. Even as a great piece to put on your wall. Just the logo and the colors, the graphic design of the magazine itself It's just really nice for any Bruce Lee fan. It's perfect for like the media room, and the content is quite amazing. Even if you were to, I mean, sadly, if you would rip these up and chop them up and take some of the photos out, they would still, it would be great for the rec room or something like that. But hopefully you just enjoy the content. Love this cover. I mean, look at these. So as you can see, pretty much all the info is on the cover of what it profiles, the info inside. So really, really great content on Bruce Lee here. And tough to find. These are from England. I don't know if I said that already, but these are British released magazines. So, you know, we don't see these here too often. So we'll have them available at the warehouse. Freshly framed up down here are the magazine poster books. They look great behind glass. Pretty rare pieces. Again, these are like late 70s, early 80s. On the back, if you were to take them out of these frames, you'd find a bunch of... they fold up. You'd be able to read them like a newspaper, basically. But I framed them up. They're pretty cool pieces. And they'll be available at the warehouse as well. Okay, not sure how much left I'll be able to get done here today. It's been a long day bagging and boarding and pricing. But this is a huge stack of Nintendo Powers. And as you can see, some of those strategy guides. Most of these, the majority of these have their posters included. So if you wanted to deck out a gaming room, these would be perfect. Perfect wallpaper for a gaming room if you wanted to chop some of them up. And they just have great info. A lot of the early ones came with comic books, too. They included Super Mario comics. Let's see. There's one of them that says... well, they had the Link comic from Zelda. There was Star Fox comics included. So check these out. We'll have them available near the video games at the warehouse June 4th. And I'll give you a sample of what they look like once I get them back in the box here. So give you an idea of what we got here. Some of them, so very few have condition issues. And you can imagine Nintendo Power was the stuff that was given to kids. You know, these were crinkled, they were thrown around sleepovers, they were stepped on, put under the couch. Nintendo Power is tough to find in nice condition, and most of these are in fairly decent condition. And I checked all of them to see if they had their posters, and if any were missing a poster, I tried to note that on the back. So if you pick one up, as you can see, there's nothing written on the back of any of these except, here's an example, no poster. So very few had missing posters. But you can see some of these are pretty early. We're down to issue 38, 39, 40. So a lot of great content here. Fantastic articles. This one's packed with tons of stuff. There's even like a punch out to do Star Fox's vehicle there. This one says new Star Fox comic included. So yeah, a lot of really fun content. Look up Nintendo Power. See if there's any that you'd be interested in. This one's packed with stuff as well. Issue 50, I think, has tattoos in it. So cool. And this is a nearly packed magazine box. And we still have all these to fit in. So lots available June 4th on the weekends at the warehouse. Details coming soon. So stay tuned to the channel for location, hours, and stuff like that. But yeah, all these great magazines will be available here.